Now, she may only be 24 years old, but Nicola Benedetti has performed at venues all over the world, captivating audiences and recording 6 albums along the way. Today, the Scottish violinist was awarded an honorary degree by the University of Edinburgh. The classical music star received a Doctor of Music for her achievements. All smiles today when virtuoso violinist Nicola Benedetti collected an honorary Doctor of Music degree. It's the latest accolade in a glistening career. Nicola started at a young age, first picking up a violin when she was 4. By the age of 8, she was leader of the violin section of the National Children's Orchestra, and she made her first appearance on STV.
It was once when I was coming home from school and Mum told me, and I was jumping up in the car because I was really excited.
After winning the Young Musician of the Year competition in 2004, she was given the honour of playing in front of the Queen at the opening of the Holyrood Parliament. A prestigious record deal with Universal a year later made Nicola one of the stars of the classical music world. Still just 24 years old, she's already released 6 albums and played at some of the biggest venues around the world. Well, I'm pleased to say that we're now joined by the lady herself, Nicola Benedetti. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
You've been made a Doctor of Music today. How does that feel?
It's very, very exciting and a huge honour, and by Edinburgh University. I mean, such an acclaimed university, so famous and full of so many wonderful minds sort of sitting in front of me. I felt a little bit inadequate, but no, just a huge honour to be there. And it was in the beautiful McEwen Hall, gorgeous surroundings, and the university is just incredible. So it was lovely to be there, and I played a little bit for everybody as well, which was nice.
Now, you do lots of work with young people, particularly with the Sistema project. Why is that so important to you?
It's something I've been doing for the last few years, and in actual fact, when I was 17 or 18, I started working with Click Sargent, which is a cancer charity, and I was sort of fronting a scheme called Practice-a-thon, which encourages young children to practice. They get their friends and family to sponsor them to do that practice, and 80% of the money goes to the charity and 20% to music in their schools. So it's something I've been wanting to be involved. It's sort of music and charities and music education is something that I've wanted to be involved with since I was really young. But when I heard that Sistema Scotland was starting 3 or 4 years ago, it just seemed like the dream thing for me to really get my teeth into, to be able to give back everything that I've learnt at all the specialist music schools and from such great teachers. And Sistema started in Venezuela 40 years ago, and in actual fact their youth orchestras have been ones that have been taking the classical music world by storm and are hugely famous. So we all knew about it, which is wonderful.
Well, you're hugely famous now, very successful. How do you cope with the fame at such a young age?
I don't feel there's anything really to cope with in terms of fame. I think the only thing is sometimes the pressure of the performances and turning up to a venue when you know people expect a certain thing, and people know who you are, and they expect a certain level. Of course, when you're doing so many concerts a year, to keep that standard all the time is definitely a certain amount of pressure, and I think any other musician would agree that there are nerves with performance, but it's all part of the job, and you do it for the music.
And what's the highlight of your career been so far, do you think?
I don't think I could name one highlight. I think the Young Musician of the Year was a huge thing for me, and I was only 16 at the time. And I think every debut with a new orchestra, I'm playing a lot of debuts with orchestras around the world, a lot in America at the moment, which is wonderful. I think that's always an exciting moment for me, because you're working with musicians for the first time, and it's the real sort of variable in your career. So
you've got a new CD out at the moment. What other projects have you got in the pipeline? What does the future hold?
Well, the CD has been sort of taking up quite a bit of my time over the last couple of months. It's an Italian Baroque disc, and I've enjoyed recording it so much, and very excited that that's out. But I'm going to the States another few times, twice within the next month. I'm performing in Italy, and many concerts many concerts around the world, so it's just a sort of a constant tour, really.
Nicola Benedetti, thanks very much indeed for joining us on Scotland Tonight.
Thank you for having me.